right, so this was completely out of left field. I had no idea that this was going to happen today, that we're going to be talking about this. But my chat, literally right now, as I was streaming, they let me know about this video, and they were kind of curious about my thoughts. So I was like, sure, why not? So apparently this is Natasha Ocean, I believe. I don't know who this is. I'm probably saying her name wrong. I apologize. But apparently this video is why I left GymShark, staying true to myself, and toxic coaches. So I was told that they don't really start talking about anything until about 5 minutes in. So we're going to go to about 5 minutes into this video and see what they have to say, because I think that this could be interesting. All right. So let's see what this is about.
My heart fell in love with you.
Your heart fell in love with me?
I did like a
That little girl was very cute. Okay.
really like manly cry, you know. Are you still right?
Oh, okay. So it must have been like a Q&A. Hey, one thing I love about Q&As with like YouTubers and stuff like this is 100% everyone chooses what questions they're going to answer. For the most part, usually they have an answer planned out for the question before the thing is ever filmed. But people are always like, oh man, I totally didn't know that was coming up. That is a very standard thing that happens. I know because I've done it. Okay, sorry.
There's been a lot of these, so I can't avoid them.
Right, go on. I think I know what it is.
Are you still with GymShark?
Yeah, I knew this one was coming.
There's been I scrolled past a few of them, but
Yeah, it would be rude to ignore, and I feel like I need.
Well, and I mean, let's be real. This is the title of the video, right? Come on. Like, you know you were going to answer this question. Come on, let's be real. It's all good.
To say. As of 2021, I left them. But I want to be really clear. Like, I've been with GymShark since
the
manager
start of 2018.
the start of 2018, and they've been really good to me. They spotted me really early. They believed in me. They invested in me. They took me on trips where I got to meet so many of you. In fact, the biggest meetups I've had have been at GymShark pop-up stores. That's always been amazing. We've done incredible shoots, and yeah, I've had an amazing time with them, and they've also really listened to me. Like, they always took on board my feedback. I remember there was this one time where we were on a shoot and there were models that didn't have like an audience or anything, and I was talking to them about getting paid, and they said that they weren't, which actually really upset me, because I've been on shoots where I've just been completely taken advantage of, and it didn't sit right with me, and I brought it up with GymShark.
Or when they're like, yeah, we're not going to pay you, but we're going to give you exposure. Ugh, that one, trash. Exposure, or the worst one, I think even worse than exposure, is we're going to give you free product. Dude, if you tell me that the way that I'm getting paid, and not just me, anyone, is the way that you're getting paid is by giving someone free product, no. Nope. Free product for the company costs nothing, dude. It's such a tiny amount. So I mean, hey, good for her.
And they took it really seriously. Like, I spoke to Ben about it, I spoke to Noel about it, and they changed their whole policy. And because GymShark is such a new company, like, they're growing so quickly, accidents and mistakes can kind of happen, but they don't mean to happen. But they're really open, they always listen, and once they become aware of it, they really want to make that change, which I think is really admirable in a company. So they are a really great company. Like, I'll still wear their clothes, I always say good things about them, and I don't regret any of the time that I worked with them. So the reason that I left is...
Dude, this guy, I don't know if this is like, she said manager, if it's like her boyfriend or husband or whatever. He looks so nervous right now. He's like, okay, here we go.
I feel like I need to give you guys a bit of context. Like, just for context, I am really fussy when it comes to brands, especially doing like a long-term partnership. Mario will tell you, I'm always saying no. I don't know, I have a certain vision of what health and fitness industry should look like. So for me to put my name to something, like, I have to really think about it and be like, okay, do we have the same vision? Does it actually work? Like, it has to feel authentic, because I'm a terrible liar.
Same.
I cannot promote something if I don't believe in it. So my vision of what the fitness industry should be like is science-based. It should be sports science-based. It should be dietetics, which is nutrition science-based. Like, it's based on research. I
mean, I'm liking everything I'm hearing so far, so I'm kind of curious as to what is going on here.
Not like an art form, and it should take into elements of psychology, which is also a science. So I feel like it should be really science-led. So over the last couple of years, like I went to GymShark a few times about something that was really bothering me, and that's that I was getting so many DMs and emails of people who'd been put on really low-calorie diets by other GymShark-sponsored athletes, being told things.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. Dang. Hey, oh. This has been a problem, not just with GymShark, but this has been a problem with the fitness industry for a very, very, very long time. Like, a very long time. People, oh, man, this is so frustrating because people will put people on these, like, super low-calorie diets or these cookie cutter, that's like a thing you'll hear a lot, cookie cutter plans, where it's like, just eat this many calories, and they're giving the same template to this person and this person and this person. Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you're following someone that has 1 million followers and they're saying that they're going to be your coach and they're going to work with you one-on-one, think about it, right? Just think about it for a second. Do you think that, say, even if they had, I don't know, I shouldn't try to do percentages live, but like even if they had 1%, which is, I don't know, 1,000, 10,000, I don't know, even if they had a tiny fraction of the people that are following them that they're actually coaching, it's still too many people to actually be coaching, right? Like actually be walking through, let me help you do this thing. It's just impossible. There was a huge thing. I mean, what was it? Brittany Dawn Fitness, right? This was like a couple years ago. This was a huge thing where she got caught basically giving these like cookie cutter plans that were super low calorie and then saying, yeah, it's totally tailored to you. And it ends up being the same thing for the same person, for the same, like, you just got to think about it, right? Like, this is, I'm sorry, like, I know I got kind of fired up out of nowhere, but this has been something that for me, I've always been like, I don't get how more people don't see it, right? Like, I understand that you want to be coached by your favorite influencer or the favorite, your favorite person you might follow online. You want to look like how they look, but just take a step back and be like, does it really make sense that they would be talking to me one-on-one like all the time and they have 3 million followers and they're saying that they're like, I remember there was like another thing that happened years ago. This is what I think was Devin Physique. This was like a while ago. Devin Physique. There was this guy. He was like he was a big Instagram person. It was back when Shreds, I don't know how many of you guys remember Shreds, when Shreds was really popular on Instagram, and he got caught because the person that used to actually do all of his nutrition plans, like, this was crazy, man. This tea was piping hot back in the day when it happened. I remember this. This is before I made videos like this, but you best believe if I was making videos about this back then, shoot, I would have talked about it. But he, like, his like this, it was this woman that was actually doing the work for him. She made a video calling him out. Like, dude, it was crazy. I remember it was insane. It was, oh man. And this dude, like, all his credibility down the drain immediately, and for good reason, dude. If you are saying that you are one-on-one coaching people, right? Coaching people, and you're actually helping them, but you have someone else doing the actual work, so they think they're talking to you and they're not, and then the person that is doing the work, whether it's you or someone else, is giving people unrealistic, like, super low calorie diets that, yeah, will help them lose weight, but is it sustainable? Dude, this is the stuff that, when I talk about, like, the fitness industry and stuff is trash sometimes, this is exactly what I mean. Because it makes people feel like they're not good enough. Because, yes, you will lose weight eating 1,200, 1,000 calories, but eventually you're going to be like, I can't do this anymore. And then you feel bad because you feel like, well, this person is telling me to do it, so obviously I should be able to do it. And then you can't do it, and then you end up gaining the weight back. Like, oh my gosh, dude. This is, okay, I'm going to let them continue talking, but.
That weren't scientifically backed by other GymShark sponsored athletes, and they were just being told things that just went completely against, like, the literature in sports science and in nutrition, and that could be really damaging to their health. And that really bothered me, and I brought it up several times because, I mean, it bothers me anyway, but the fact that I'm then tied to this other athlete via GymShark kind of puts me in the same bracket.
Dude, it's this is so true, man. Like, I know that people don't like to talk about, like, behind the scenes stuff, but, like, for me, that's why I don't like to sign a lot of things, because you end up, you are now tied to what is going on with this other person that might be part of the brand or whatever, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this idiot over here. Like, it really is it's a big deal. And I mean, good for her for making a stance about it.
I don't want to be part of the pseudoscience, the false promises, the bullshit that led me to be misled when I was younger. Like, it harmed my health, and that's something that I feel like I've always fought for, like, in my own content. So then being tied to, like, why am I getting emotional? So then being tied to people who are selling that stuff, and obviously, like, GymShark is a company, like, it needs to grow, it acquires its athletes and in its own way, and that's completely fine, but I don't want to be a part of that. And it's not the majority of the people that they have signed, but the people that they do who are, like, giving those false promises and just going off complete anecdote and nothing backed by literature, that's a problem for me, and I voiced it, and they know that that's the reason that I left, and that's basically the reason that I left. Like, it's not right for me, because in the end, like, we all get put under this kind of GymShark athlete umbrella, and there are some great people with GymShark who know the limits of their knowledge, who aren't trying to get anything from you, they're just trying to spread positivity, like, and that they know their stuff. It's not the majority of the GymShark athletes, it's a portion of them, but for me, it still bothers me that we were still in that kind of same category, because that is just something that I don't stand for and I won't stand for. And I was being paid by GymShark, but there's no amount of money that can just make me sit back and ignore it. Like, it doesn't sit right with me. Like I said, I've got the biggest guilt conscience, but I can't do it. So
yeah.
They're still a great company. Like, I'm not going to give you guys drama about issues between me and GymShark. Like, I love everyone that's there. They really were like a family. Like, when they say family, they mean it. But yeah, that's my reason for why I left GymShark.
So, okay, so I think that's the end of that. But I think, one, good for her for, standing up for what you believe in. I think that's always a good thing to do. But this is, I would say that, again, obviously, like, she was dealing it with it through GymShark and stuff like that. But this is, as I was saying earlier, this is a problem that isn't just GymShark. This is just a problem in general with fitness, the fitness industry. And this has been a problem for many, many, many years. That Devon Physique thing that I was talking about a while ago, dude, that was years ago, like 5 years ago. Like, it happened a while ago, right? People will take advantage of people, period. Like, period. People will take advantage of people, and that I hate it, and it's frustrating, and it's why I talk about the stuff that I talk about, and it's why I get so upset when I see people promoting fake things or unrealistic expectations, because the people that they're promoting it to a lot of times are very, like, they really want to see results. They are vulnerable, and the more vulnerable you are, the more likely you are to listen to something that isn't realistic, but because you're so vulnerable, you're like, well, hopefully it'll work for me. If it worked for them, hopefully it'll work for me. And I just hate that people see that. And it might sound like I'm lying, but people see that. They see the vulnerable person, and their thought isn't, oh, that sucks, let's actually give them some good information. It's, we can make money off of this person. I know how I can make money off of this person. And it's so frustrating, and it's disgusting, and I hate it. And so good for her for standing up for herself. I think that hopefully GymShark kind of maybe takes a stand against this. They've seemed to be trying to be a little bit more inclusive with a lot of the stuff that they're doing. So hopefully this video kind of maybe pushes them in that direction and is like, yo, athletes, don't be dummies. I don't know. Or maybe they won't. I don't know. GymShark, you do your thing. But good for her for standing up for what she believes in. I think that it's very, 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 very important. And like Avocado Nope said just right there, especially when it's someone you idolize, that's the biggest problem. I think that's what makes it so disgusting, is because it's like parasocial relationship. Like, the followers see this person that they follow. A lot of times they think they're really closer than they might be, right? Like, there's probably a lot of people that follow me that are like, oh, John's my friend. But in reality, I'm not trying to sound mean, I don't know you. We've never met, right? I'm sure we'd get along, but like they trust this person more than they really, really should, because they think that they have their best interests in mind, and they think that everything they say is true because it's like they see them as almost like a father or mother figure. It gets gross, man. It really, really, it can really get gross.